What is up, everybody? Welcome to FC Midweek, your Wednesday opportunity to connect and engage with the Foundations Church community. Thanks to everybody who came out to our Easter Sunday services. They were amazing. Remember that those always stream live, and if you want to see them later on, you can find them here at livestream.com or on our website. Also, there's an audio version of those over here in a podcast format that you can get if you like podcasts and stuff like that. Usually that's on Wednesdays. Anyway, this week we're talking about FC Kids, the next generation, and chainsaws. I don't know why. I don't understand this.
Hey, welcome to... Hold on, just clap. And I even stopped, but I went. I did. I was like, yeah! Hey, welcome to FC Midweek. I'm Justin. This is Sammy Floyd, our children's director here. And man, we hope you had an awesome Easter with your family, with your friends. Hopefully here at FC with us. Man, what a great weekend we had. We talked about this Sunday, just clowns and chainsaws. I actually had a chainsaw on stage with me, and it's awesome because I love chainsaws. And we just had a great time. We had right at 800 people here on campus with us. Had an incredible Good Friday worship night. And just an awesome weekend that we had fun. I'm sure your kids did Easter egg hunts and everywhere else, and hopefully they got way too much candy and decapitated their chocolate bunny.
Absolutely.
You know,
I mean,
that's what you do.
Right, exactly.
You eat the head
Yes,
first.
you
And
mutilate
hopefully
it.
it's not a
You
cheap
mutilate it.
hollow bunny, because if it's a cheap hollow bunny, come on, Mom and Dad, you can do better than that. You could do better. Do better.
Don't be cheap. That's the
But
lesson
yes,
today.
exactly,
Don't be
exactly.
cheap.
But one reason we've got Sammy here is to talk about the next generation.
Absolutely.
And really the importance that it plays here at Foundations Church about the children's ministry, about the youth ministry, about college ministry even, and just the importance that plays here at Foundations Church and how big of a deal it is here. Because one thing I noticed, Sammy, was man, on Saturday, there was so many different egg hunts all over Tulsa
absolutely.
and Bixby and Jinx and Owasso, wherever you may live. And man, parents are taking their kids to go to an Easter egg hunt to find, candy. And I mean, there was a church real close to our house. I mean, there had to be hundreds to maybe thousands of people there. And parents gravitate to wherever their kids want to go.
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
man, this is a beautiful Saturday, and they're just going to where their kids want to go, and they go that way. And so, for us, I know here at Foundations Church, man, the next generation kids ministry, it's huge, and so really for just a second, I would like you to kind of tell me why it's such a big deal to you a little bit, and what you love about FC Kids here at Foundations Church.
Well, I think the children's ministry is so vital to a church for its growth, for its vitality, for its longevity even. Children's ministry is where it's at, and families want to go where their kids want to be. Like you said, you saw all these parents at these Easter egg hunts. Nothing in those parents wanted to be there except for the fact that they wanted to be where their kids wanted to be.
Absolutely.
And so we want to create an environment where your kids want to be.
Yeah.
Like that they want to come each week, that they're excited, that they're getting you out of bed to come to church.
Yeah.
Because you will go where your kids want to be.
Absolutely.
And so we want that experience for every kid that comes to FC Kids.
Yeah.
And so we believe that if you reach a child, you and I talk many times, if you reach a child, you reach a family. And that's why, because parents will go where their kids want to be.
Yeah.
You wouldn't stand in line for 3 hours at an amusement park because you can't wait for a ride. You really take your, well, you might actually.
I was like, it just depends on the ride.
Depends on the person.
Amusement park.
Yes, right.
The Bell's Dingo, no way.
Well,
Old school.
But you went to Bell's
Yes.
because your kids wanted to go to Bell's, right? Absolutely. So you will go where your kids want to be, and so we want that to be the way FC Kids is. And the reason we believe that it's important is because we believe that kids can experience Jesus just like you experienced Jesus.
Yeah.
We believe it's that we can provide a place where kids can experience Jesus on their level and their understanding. And that's why it's so important. Because their understanding is a lot different than ours, but we have an awesome opportunity to reach them before they hit high school, before they hit college, and really make an impact in their life.
Absolutely. You know, you said something that made me think too. We always talk about, we want Foundations Church to be people's get to and not their have to.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because so many times churches become, I guess I've got to go to church. And you feel this obligation to go to church. And I really think that's where it becomes more about religion and legalism more than a relationship. And man, here at Foundations Church, from the kids, man, from the nursery to the 2 and 3s, 4 and 5s, FC kids, to youth, to even the adults there on Sunday, we want it to be such an atmosphere and an experience that it's like, man, I get to go do this. I get to go to church. And that's one thing we've seen happen with our kids and our adults is like, we have so many people say Sunday is my favorite day of the week. And that's got to be huge for our kids. And one thing I love that we have going on, it is something that you guys do, and it's coming up actually, is kids camp, you know, because there's a lot of churches that aren't doing kids camp. There's a lot of churches that aren't doing youth camp. But man, like for me, and I know for you, we had a life-changing experience that happened at camp. You know, it didn't happen necessarily at church. It happened through church at camp. And that's why we do it, because they get to go and escape the reality of life for a little bit. They get to go be a kid 24 hours. They don't have to clean their room up. You know, they're eating disgusting food. They're getting pop. And they're just having fun with kids. And then they get just flooded with people that love them, with Jesus. And man, I think it's just a huge deal that we do, and something that's massive that we're still doing and that's important for us. You know, so I know that's coming up. What are the actual dates of camp coming up?
The dates for kids camp are June 19th through the 22nd. We're leaving at 2, and we'll get back at noon.
And the cost is what?
The cost is $200 per camper. And really, we don't make anything off of that. We just pay to make it happen. And we just want the kids to experience a great time. And like you said, it's getting away from the everyday life. It's getting away from screen time. Really, that's what it is. It's getting away from screen time and experiencing Jesus in a different way, in a different atmosphere, to make him a part of their life and not just something that they do once a week.
And I would say this to you parents that are watching right now. You will go and wait out in the heat with your kids for some stinking candy. You will make it a priority. I will tell you this, you need to make camp a priority. You need to make camp something that you get your kids to, because it will change their life more than an Easter egg of candy, more than even the big prize egg, the golden egg. Camp is like the golden egg of your kid's life. So you need to get your kids to camp and have a golden egg that they're going to experience for the rest of their life. And you know, I was talking to Michael, our youth director here, on Wednesday nights, and just about, you know, we always talk about as parents, and I know even with you having 2 really younger kids, you're still at the age that they're at, where they're really haven't even started school yet. You're still very picky about what kind of environment your kids are in, what kind of kids they're around, parents, all that sort of stuff. And I was just talking to Michael, and I was like, man, it's huge that my teenager, Charlie, who's just now in 6th grade, is a part of the youth ministry on Wednesday nights. And that takes, I bring, man, my car is loaded down. In fact, I've switched from my truck to the Tahoe because I'm starting to run out of room of kids we're picking up.
Awesome.
And you know what? It's a pain in the rear. I wanted to say butt, but
I know you did.
It's a pain, let's just be honest, it's a pain in the butt. I get home, I've got like an hour, and then I come all the way back to the other side of Tulsa, because we live in Jinx. And man, I've got mid-hires that are yelling and awkward, and they stink, and they're all in my, the car, and then I don't really have much to do, and I'm like, oh man, you know. But if I'm gonna want my kids to be in the right environment, that takes effort for me getting them there. And as I think the parents have such a responsibility, especially the teenagers, man, you can wish it all day you want for your kids to be in the right environment, but at the end of the day, you're responsible for them being in the right environment, whether that's a Sunday morning or a Wednesday night for youth service for teenagers. Because man, especially when they hit that teenage age group, man, as being youth pastors, man, it's paramount, it's huge that those students are there on a Wednesday night being in an environment where they're pushing them towards Christ, and there's other teenagers going in the same direction, you know? So
absolutely. You know, it's so important that we choose who influence our kids. Every teenager is going to look for an adult that they can kind of get influence from. Yeah. And you have an opportunity as a parent to decide who that influence is. Yeah. And bringing them on Wednesday nights, that allows Pastor Michael and his team to be those influences. And man, what better way to influence your kids in the right direction than allowing them to have godly influences rather than allowing them to pick, you know, whoever.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, and it's a great place for us to kind of wind down and wrap it up. But I would tell you, you know, the children's ministry here, youth ministry, even college ministry, it's a big deal to us. It is a really important deal. In fact, this Friday night, we're having all the college students. If you're in college, I'm inviting you to my house. It may be the dumbest thing I've ever done in my entire life, but we're inviting you to come to our house from 7 to about 10:30, 11 o'clock, something like that. Just to hang out with us, because we want to invest in you. We just want to be able to say, man, we want to give you a place to hang out. We want to feed you, provide you with good food, not just junky, nasty pizza, but actual food you want to eat. But more than anything, just spend time with you guys and let you know you guys are a priority. Man, your teenagers are a priority here. Your children are a priority here at Foundations Church, because we are all about the next generation. This Sunday, we start a new series that is called The Elephant in the Room. It is going to be awesome. We're going to be talking about how do you deal with conflict? How do you deal when somebody steals the candy in your Easter egg and you didn't even give them permission? Because that's not right. And all you parents are convicted right now because you put the candy down because you're watching this at night with your kids in bed and you're stealing their Easter candy. But we're going to be talking about how do you handle conflict, because most of us run away from it instead of running to it. So we hope that you join us at Foundations Church this Sunday at 9 or 10:45. It's going to be an incredible service. Do this for us. See this little link right here to our YouTube page. Like it and subscribe to it and tell your friends about it. We will see you this Sunday.
Boom, good.
There we go.
Oh, boom.